Good morning, everyone, or good evening, if it is where you are. I am Noel Corrigan, the Chair of the Board of Trustees of AMMF, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to AMMF's 2021 European Cholangiocarcinoma Conference. This is the first time we have run the conference as a virtual event, which gives us the opportunity to engage even more broadly than in previous years, not limited by the size of the venue or the need to travel. We have delegates registered to attend from 6 continents of the world, with over 30 presenters, many of them from overseas. In addition, we have a poster hall where you'll be able to see more posters than we have ever had before, and an exhibitor hall where you will be able to see information from our sponsors. Both halls can be accessed from the lobby area of the platform, where you'll be able to hear the posters on demand at various times throughout the day as indicated in the programme. You can find the programme electronically in the lobby area and in the conference booklet. This will prove an invaluable guide over the next 2 days. I'm sure many of you will have attended our conferences in previous years, so welcome back. To those who are attending for the first time, it's good to see you here, if only virtually. And I hope you will be sufficiently impressed to return again next year, when we should be back in the physical world. I extend a warm welcome to the large number of interested medics, researchers and scientists attending, and particularly to those that are joining us from other countries. I'd especially like to welcome delegates from Thailand, China, Australia, Egypt, Peru, the United States of America, and numerous delegates from around continental Europe. I hope that the warm and collaborative friendships that AMMF has nurtured over the years will continue to develop as we work towards an improved future for all those with cholangiocarcinoma. I would also like to welcome those who make the work of the charity possible, including a number of AMMF's generous donors and supporters. Despite the difficulties of working through the pandemic, fundraising has continued with some real innovation from our supporters in how to raise funds in lockdown. Notwithstanding the impact on fundraising, income is still sufficient to enable AMMF to continue to support research and to continue their vital work. I would particularly like to acknowledge the event's corporate sponsors shown here: Insight, QED and Taiho Oncology. Thanks to their generosity, this year's conference costs will be fully funded for the first time. And that's been important to us in these difficult times, enabling us to continue to offer places without fee to ensure all who need to attend can do so. And most importantly, I welcome patients and their families, friends and carers. I hope that all of you will find benefit and inspiration in today's proceedings. Before we get going, some housekeeping. As this is a virtual meeting, I don't need to bore you with the usual requests to please switch off your phones and directions to the toilet. For this meeting, all the presentations have been pre-recorded. There will be live question and answer sessions throughout the event, where the presenters will be available to answer your queries. So please type your questions in the chat box section at the side of your screen. Note that all your mics have been muted, so your questions will be put to the panelists by the moderator for each session. Time will be at a premium, so apologies in advance if we don't address everyone's questions in the live sessions. We have a lot to squeeze in. As the presentations are pre-canned, they will definitely run to time, and the Q&A sessions will be strictly moderated, so we will stick rigidly to the timetable. That gives you the opportunity to dip out of the meeting and rejoin when you wish at the times noted in the conference programme. Though of course, I'm sure you will not want to miss a minute of this event. There will be 4 Q&A sessions each day, with an expert panel specifically for patients and carers last thing this afternoon to round off day 1. To submit questions for this session, use the chat box, but mark your entry specifically for the Ask the Expert session. As you know, the conference is organised over 2 days with 5 sessions as shown in the programme. Over the course of these 2 days, you will hear directly from many of the world's top experts in improving outcomes for cholangiocarcinoma. Importantly, we will also have the opportunity to hear the patient's viewpoint. Following the background session, the topics to be covered are updates on diagnostics and treatments, international aspects, updates on AMMF funded research, and other scientific developments. There are breaks scheduled for mid-morning, lunchtime, and mid-afternoon. Unfortunately, it is up to you to provide your own refreshments. During the breaks, the poster hall and the exhibitor hall will be open for you to browse around. They will be signposted on screen. So before we get proceedings underway, I want to say once more on behalf of all of the team at AMMF who have put so much into organising this event, welcome. I wish everyone an enjoyable, productive and inspirational conference. Even with all the difficulties we have encountered over the last year or so, AMMF has continued to raise awareness, provide information, support research and advocate the patient's perspective. We have done this not only in the UK and Europe, but also, as many of you know, throughout the world, thanks to our strong links with the Global Cholangiocarcinoma Alliance. Now, as is traditional at the conference, it is my honour to introduce the CEO, founder and driving force of AMMF, Helen Mormont, who will provide more detail on what AMMF have achieved over the past 2 years, given that last year's conference was cancelled due to the pandemic. Hopefully, there will now be a smooth transition to Helen, so she can tell you more about the recent challenges and successes for AMMF, and particularly how the charity has continued to thrive in these difficult circumstances.